Welcome back to Learn Fast Studios. In this class, we are going to learn about how we can perform the electricity bill calculation using the else if ladder statements in C language. Let us read the problem statement. Write a C program to calculate the electricity bill given the number of units as an input, considering the following slabs for unit price: 0 to 99 1 rupee, 100 to 199 it is 2 rupees, 200 to 299 it is 3 rupees, above 300 it is 4 rupees. Okay, in order to do this, four different alternatives to calculate unit price. One is in the range of 0 to 99, other one is in the range of 100 to 199, other in the range of 200 to 299, other greater than 300 rupees. So if else cannot serve for this particular kind of the problem. Why? Because if else can only serve for two alternative problems, either true or false, or when a problem is having only two solutions, then if else statement can help us to solve that particular problem. But whereas in more than one condition to be verified, then we need to go for else if ladder kind of an approach to solve this sort of the problem. Let us start writing program for this problem. I am just keeping all this thing in the comment section. So void main, read the number of units. In order to read the number of units are in the form of the integer, so I can take the data type as an integer, number of unit. After declaring this, we need to read the value into the number of units. Printf, enter number of units. Scanf, our number of units are in the form of the integer, so we will specify the format specifier as a %d. Ampersand number of units. We completed read the two elements. Now the other thing that we need for the calculation of the bill is unit. So I am declaring one more variable, unit price. This is also integer because the all four alternatives 1, 2, 3, 4 are in the form of the integer values only. If at all, if we are having the price values in the floating point, then we need to declare this unit price in the floating data type. Have one more variable which is our bill variable. Because the number of units are in the form of the integer and unit price is also in the form of the integer, bill also declared in a int variable. The unit price is not directly read from the keyboard. Why? Because the unit price is calculated based on the consumption of the user. If the user consumption is in between the given ranges, then the unit price has to be selected from that. The decision making and branching statement else if ladder. So you can also call it as an if else ladder. In order to write that, I am just explaining you the syntax for it. If the condition 1 and then else if condition 2, else if condition 3 and so on. Finally, we are having else state. So how this will get executed is, first control, when it comes to if statement, it will verify whether this condition returns a true or a non-zero value. If the condition is a true or non-zero value, then it executes the statements in this block. If it is false, then it will go to the immediate next statement after this if statement, which is else if statement. Here it verifies for the second condition, condition 2. If it is true, then it will execute the statement block which is given of this else if statement. If the condition 2 is also false, then it will come here to the condition 3. If all the conditions listed here fail, then it will go and then execute this else block. Else block here is an optional one. It will only execute when all the conditions in the else if ladder fail. Then else block will execute as an default block. We are having totally 4 different conditions. First condition is if the number of units is in between 0 to 99. So let us replace this condition as the number of units in between 0 to 99. We need to check for the two cases. One is number of units greater than 0 and number of units less than 100. In this scenario, if the number of units entered by the user is in between 0 and less than 100, then only it will execute this block. This condition will fail when the number of units is greater than 100. So we are assuming that the number of units we enter is a positive value, so we need not to verify for the other case. Let us write down the second case, number of units less than 200. We haven't written another condition which is 100 to 199. We are not verifying here whether the number of units is greater than 100, because the control will come here only when the first condition fails. In the first condition, we are already verifying whether the number of units is less than 100, or so we need not to verify again whether the number of units is greater than 100 or not, because if the number of units read here is greater than 100, then only it will come into this block. In the next kind of a scenario, the number of units less than 300. We are not verifying for the other condition greater than 200. Why? Because the control will come here only when the condition less than 200 fails. The last alternative, this else block will get executed only when the number of units are greater than 300. Let us write down what are the statements that we need to execute when this condition satisfies. When this condition is satisfied, then we need to assign the unit price value. Here I am writing down the unit price equal to 1 in the first case. Similarly, I am just filling out the remaining cases. Unit price equal to 2. And then similarly in the third case and last case, the unit price is 4. We completed reading the value, the number of units. Based on this number of units, we are taking out the decision to assign the value for this unit price among these 4 different alternatives. Now we need to calculate the bill amount. So bill amount is calculated as bill equal to number of units multiplied by unit price, and then we need to print the bill. So printf, the bill amount is the value that we calculated for the bill is stored in the variable bill. So bill is of the format integer data type, so we need to mention the format specifier %d comma bill semicolon. We completed writing this program. Now let us execute this program and check. Now it is asking for me to enter the value number of units. I am entering the value. The unit price will be 1 because it is in between 0 to 100. So now the total bill that it has to display as 50 rupees. So now let us verify by considering the another condition. Let us give the value 201. A unit price will be 3 rupees. So 201 into 3, which is 603. We can write down using the else if ladder when a problem is having the multiple alternative conditions to check, then we can use if else ladder for solving this sort of the problem. Thank you.